Hi everyone, and again, welcome to another episode of Fully Unpacked. Today we've got another special guest, formerly with Golden Arrows, Chiba United, Platinum Stars, Orlando Pirates, and I think you've just recently been overseas in Georgia. We've got Mahlatse Makudubela. So I think to begin with, Mahlatse, I noticed on your Instagram page you've changed your surname. Is it a surname change, or what's up with that?
Oh, no. It's not my surname. Actually, it's my second name.
Oh,
Manuka is my second name. So I
oh,
just slotted in my second name, yeah.
oh, okay.
So fully it's Mahlatse Makudubela.
Makudubela. All right, cool. No,
Sure.
thank you for joining us. I mean, really humbled that you responded, and we really
My
appreciate it.
brother, it's a pleasure and thank you for having me.
Awesome stuff. So I think let's go all the way back. Um, who is Skudu and where does Skudu come from?
Skudu. Actually, the nickname comes from my surname, Makudubela, but Skudu is a very humble guy who grew up in Seshego,
Okay.
but up in Seshego, Polokwane. Just like everyone else as a young boy, looked up to, growing up watching football with Film Masinga, and then you're like, hey, actually, I love football. Coming from also a football family. My father used to play, he used to coach, my brother played, and then so I just followed suit. But yeah, I grew up in Seshego, loving football just like any other young boy, with big dreams and yeah.
Okay. And how was growing up in Seshego? Like, where did you kick your first ball? How was it being? What kind of child were you growing up? Um, where does it all begin?
You were breaking up. I couldn't hear you properly, but I think the question is, how is it growing up in Seshego?
Yeah, and where does it all start? Where does all the journey start? Where did you kick your first ball?
Um, like everyone else, I think they would say in the street. So that's where I started. Rata becha, gambling. Becha the five ball, 50 Cent playing for that. And then that's where my love for football started, I think. And then kindergarten also, school tournaments, school games, up until I attended trials. But growing up in Seshego it's a bit challenging because um, with a lot of boys who also want to be football stars, they want to play and make it professionally. So the dream was a little bit not easy, but with the faith and the belief in myself and the coaches, well, they're not taking anything away from the coaches developed me from, you know, tender age for the under 15, under 14. So it took a lot of commitment from me, and yeah, man, it took a lot of faith and commitment.
Okay. And then how does it happen that you then move to School of Excellence? Um,
School of Excellence happened in 2003 when we played under 14 tournament in Val, Transnet under 14 tournament. And there was, couple of scouts and coaches looking for players, and they were selecting then the under 14 national team. So amongst them, my name was selected, and then I was among the 14 boys that were supposed to go in camp for the under 14 national team. So from there, they took only 25 instead of going for because I remember the under 14 national team was cancelled. Instead, they took 25 players, if not 30, to go and attend the Safa Transnet Sports School of Excellence. I think it was 40 boys in total, I think, yeah. So that's where now my career as a footballer, I started taking it serious, and it began in 2004, Safa Transnet Sports School of Excellence. Yeah.
okay. And maybe take us through your time there at the School of Excellence, because I think I've spoken to quite a few people that played in sort of the same generation
Yeah,
as you, and everyone's got a school
yeah.
story. your time goes through. So, like, take us through your stage.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the players that you played with that may have
Yeah.
made it as well. Just
Yeah.
take us through some of the times there.
I'd say I wouldn't trade anything for the time that I spent at the school. That's when now you begin to realize your full potential. You get coaches that believe in you, believe in what you do, and the philosophy of the school never changes till today. You know, total football. What we see at Barcelona, at Mamelodi Sundowns, at Manchester City, I would say I had to experience that at the age of 14 years when I got to the School of Excellence, because the football that is played there, it's of a higher standard, but it's just so unfortunate that it's within closed doors. You see, not the world can be able to see the boys at the school, how they play. But I wouldn't trade anything for my time that I spent at the school. It was very fruitful, and I'm forever indebted for the time that I spent, the time the coaches spent on me, the players that I got to meet there, make friends, and we're still friends till today. Just to name a few: Keegan Dolly, Utem Kwanazi, Jabulani Mshongwe, Zidiso Mutsikinyane, Bathabile Letswalo, previously played for under 17 national team, Bongani Twala. The list goes on and on. So also credit goes to the coaches, Coach Mandla Mazubugu, Coach James Mabena, Coach Den Malisela, for taking their time in developing not only me, but the players that the school produced for the football fraternity of South Africa. Just you can mention from Stephen Pinar, Zitamo Fukeng, Boy Msia, the late Jeffrey Duga. Some are now international. Masilo Mudubi is now coaching in Belgium. So yeah, man, the school was just fruitful, I'd say.
You almost light up when you speak about it. It's almost like when you're speaking about a lover of yours. You almost light up when you speak about your time there.
My man, that 5 years was, when they say your bread is buttered both sides, that 5 years was like that, my man. I couldn't falter any year, any moment. I'm just grateful.
So what was your favorite moment at the School of Excellence? One of your favorite moments, the one memory that sticks out?
It definitely has to be when we are playing night games at the school. That was just my favorite. And any other player from the school will attest to that. Like just playing under flight lights and the competitive game against maybe Kaiser Chiefs or Vets. Vets used to be one of our favorite opponents. But yeah, just playing those boys, everyone at the school would be surrounding the field, would be playing total football, counting the touches, from one. The other day, I remember we played something like 37 to 40 touches without the opponent touching the ball. And I'll be on the wing, as soon as we are winning, we know we'll just, Majita Bangchuta, when the ball comes, now we know. We're going to open a party at the corner there. But it was kind of fun, getting to meet with the guys every time after a good game. Like all the moments, I can mention a lot of them, but yeah, that has to be the most beautiful one.
And balla machita, balla machita ba o pula re no party go masaite. Maraona.
We kind of had fun.
So where then does your football journey take you from there? Because I know you spent
from the school
time for Sundowns, yeah.
Yeah, from the school. Then there was Coach Den Malisela, who was now appointed to be part of the new program that was starting. It was the whole purpose was for players to be introduced to the first team of Mamelodi Sundowns, you know, get good graduates into the first team, and then was fortunate to be part of the program, which was very, very, very successful. So from the School of Excellence, me and 9 other players from the school, we were called to come and join Mamelodi Sundowns reserve side. Then we joined amongst the team was Sianda Kulu, you know, Siabonga Ngubani, Robin Galande playing for, he played for Atletico Madrid. He's now playing in Azerbaijan. Alex Kakuba now playing in Portugal. And Daboga Muloto now playing in the USA. Just to name but a few, you know. Kigandoli is one of the graduates also. Samuel Julius, Javlani Shong, Bukem Kwanazi. We had quite a good team. Our first tournament was A Hill under 19. We played 7 games, won 7. We won the tournament. We were out of Cape Town, and people started raising, you know, their eyebrows to say, "Hey, what's happening? Where did this team come from?" So I still remember when we used to play friendly games against the senior team. Then Bob Mere, Surprise Muriri, Ezra Nyandoro, Teko, you know, they would be like, "Hi, we're playing against you guys again," because we always used to make them run. They hated playing against us. So we had very, very, very good team and a very good structure, you know. So from the School of Excellence, I joined Mamelodi Sundowns, which was later, within a year, we adopted the status Alspark Dawana, which was again the feeder team of Mamelodi Sundowns. Yeah. We played against, you might know.
Yeah, I was just about to ask
Platinum.
you about that one.
Yes, we played against Platinum Stars in the Nedbank Class 32. You know the story, what happened there. And then, yeah, it's so unfortunate we had to leave Potchefstroom when we were leading the log, the Vodacom League, then to relocate back to Johannesburg. And yeah, from there, a few players felt like they've graduated, you know, they needed more challenge than play in the reserve league. Other teams were also, you know, agents pouncing into the players, promising them, "Hey, come, you can sign here." So with the number that we had then, they couldn't promote everyone all at the same time. They had to take us in batches, you know, 5 players, 4 players. And, you know, with also other players running impatient, they thought, we can go and pursue our career elsewhere.
So I got to. Sorry to cut you.
Yeah, you want
to spend some time on Bakdawana. I mean, it was a big game.
Yeah.
You know, it was a big moment, I think, in football, and I think you guys might have been the first team, the first lower league team to win a game against the PSL side at that level. So how was it walking out of the tunnel on that day, knowing Ori? I think
I'll tell you
on the other side.
Yes. It was quite a very good squad. Then coached by Steve Compella, Coach Steve. And to be honest, going into that game, we had so much confidence. I don't know, but we were like, yeah, they're going to see flames. Because we believed in our style, we believed in ourselves, and it was our home game, you understand? So I think it was a good platform to showcase our talent, you know, knowing the game is going to be on TV. After winning the game, the draw, boom, Pirates. It was all nerve-wracking, you know, getting to Orlando Stadium and then seeing, you know, a lot of, well, not all of us, but a lot of guys who didn't even play in such a big stage, you know, stage fright and everything, big match, temperament and everything. It played a big role. So yeah, I think Pirates done what they had to do on the day, and they showed that with experience and everything, they overcame it, and then they beat us.
That's fair. So I'm not going to go into every club that you then played at. I think you then did a bit of the rounds.
Yeah.
You went to United FC at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you spent some time, I think, from United you went to Platinum Stars. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Spent some time at Platinum Stars, then Arrows, then back at Platinum Stars, then you did some Pirates time. So I think more than anything else, my question to you is, where did you enjoy your football the most in the career thus far?
Before I answer that question, you see, enjoying football as a player, the very first thing that you need to do, if you can get a coach that understands you, you're bound to enjoy football. So I enjoyed my football when I was just before I moved to Platinum Stars. Yes, I was playing for United FC, but this is the coach that understood me. By far the best coach that I've ever worked with. Not taking anything away from anybody, but Coach Dan Malisela, he's the kind of coach that understood me from when I was at the School of Excellence. Then moving to Platinum Stars. I think that's where now I also made my mark to say, look, yes, Mahlatse Makudubela, and this is what I can do. Unfortunately, when my contract was almost up, I was speaking to Mamelodi Sundowns, going back with a possible move of saying, look, we've developed you, you had a stint with us, you can always come back home, look at Keegan. Then I was talking to the people that I was talking to, and they were trying to get me back. Then Pirates came into the picture, and it was all like, look, Platinum Stars, we didn't come to agree, contractual terms and everything. I signed a pre-contract with Pirates. Okay. After Platinum Stars found out that I signed a pre-contract with Pirates, they said, look, we don't think you are fit to finish the season with us. However, there's a coach, Coach Clinton Larson, then he was at Golden Arrows. He wanted me from the days he was at Bloemfontein Celtics. When he got to Arrows, he said, can I get him on loan, brother? So I was loaned to Golden Arrows for the remaining of the season. Coming back, that's when now I joined Orlando Pirates. But I enjoyed my football when I was at Platinum Stars because we also won, silverware and everything. I feel like I played a huge role in
okay. And I success of it. And I think you touched on something that I wanted to discuss with you. I think the understanding of certain players and the understanding of players is important, obviously, in football, especially from a player-coach relationship perspective. Yeah. I mean, the way that you play is always going to always going to be contentious, I think. So I just wanted to sort of find out what do you think of this recent debate? It's a bit of a recent debate around it's not really recent, but I mean it's been a debate for a while around players that are showboat and players that like to play that way. I think you're a player that enjoys that kind of football. So what is your take when people say this is not necessarily people like to say this is not it shouldn't be part of the modern game. What would you say when people say that?
I would say, Brazil has their culture. In the days of Pelé, it was called the Jinga style. Now called samba. It's what can I say? The tradition, man. It's their tradition, and that thing made Brazil succeed throughout the years. We have a unique style of play, which is kasi flavor, you can call it, It is used out of context. I think that thing is a tool, my brother. Obana many moments. Again, my brother, it's no one. I've traveled the world. I've seen players. I've seen teams. I've been there. My man, what South Africans have, no one else has it in this world. It's just the way we reach. Obviously, when we are home, in Alexander Discovery, we have to express that thing, you know, our identity and our culture, this is what the people love. Take, for example, when PSL is playing in the stadiums, it doesn't get packed. But go Alexander, people sit up the balconies, people sit up the hostels, and it's just packed because they want to see football. It was fun. Stadium used to be packed and full. Nelson Teenage Toddler. Because they knew when the ball rolls to A's, there's something to look forward to. People knew when the ball was passed to Skara, they were looking forward to something. Not taking anything away from anyone. When the ball rolls to who now, that supporters go on and say, I'll talk about my friend, Masbusane Zongo. One of the best players that I've ever played with. He's talented, my brother. So when the ball goes to Zongo, people always, you know, they're looking forward to something. I don't want to say when the people rolls to me, people are always looking. But yeah, I am for Kasi flavor, not against the Kasi flavor. It's just the way that it is used. You need a good coach who understands the South African culture. Take, for instance, Mushin Etruga. Coach Mushin understood Jabu Pule. Coach Ted understood the South African football and the South African flavor. If you get a special player like that, what do you do with him? What then do you do? He's got something special. How do I use this for the benefit of the team, bro? You know? So Coach Ted used that very well on Skara, on Junior Kanye, on, you know, and I think it just takes a very good coach, very good technical team to nurture a special player like Jabo Mahlangu, Skarango versus the late. You name them, bro. The list is just, it goes on and on.
No, I hear you. And I think I largely agree with what you're saying. I'm a fan. So I'm a fan of that kind of football. So what do you say? What do you say when people say that football doesn't win us games? I have my own dissenting views, but what is your opinion?
Okay, that football doesn't win us games. Remember what I said, you just need a good technical team management, a good coach and know how to use them for the benefit. From defender, there must be that one or two special players that are just going to you know? So that football doesn't win us games. It's a talk, I think. Bitter people when they are sitting and saying, you know? Fine, yes, football now has evolved, you know, it's business, people are making money, people are losing money. But before everything, it's a game, bruh. A game. It's a game. You need to enjoy. Without enjoyment, then there is no football, I think. Ronaldinho used to play with a smile. You know what's surprising? When you are there and then you do this thing And then people are raving about you. Nobody's going to say, this football doesn't win us game. But when you are here, you do that thing, and they are hindering you chances of going there. That's when now they tell you that football doesn't win us game. Mara, when you are there and you are doing it, people just keeps on coming to the game just to watch what you are doing. So I think it's just a Shebin talk to say that football doesn't win us game.
I hear you.
You know,
it's almost like I was thinking the other day. It's almost like there's always in every generation they just allow two players to do it. So there was a time where it was just
exactly
Dan and
exactly.
Ronaldinho. There was a time where it was just
Yes.
in this country it was
Yes.
just Jabu, Oscar. It's
You know,
almost
true. Yes. Yes.
And the way we learn football also kokasi. And then the way football is played professionally, there's too much of a contrast.
True. True. True.
No, I hear you, and I can tell you're very passionate about it.
No, my brother, I'm for that discipline. I'm for it.
No, I hear you. And then so I think my last question just around that that issue is so have you ever been in a position where you were at a club or wherever and a coach sat with you and said to you, listen, Skudu, we don't want you to do X, Y, and Z, and you almost got to the point in your mind where you were almost thinking about compromising your style and maybe playing this crazy football that we watch some of the time.
I think I just got promoted to the first team. Yeah, Sundowns. And well, not the head coach, but yeah, a coach came to me and then he's like, this and that and that and that, do this, do that, do that, do that. You know, you end up also as a young boy, as a youngster, getting like, how do they want me to play? Then Papi Zoltwane came to me and then he's like, Antoine, let's go confused about what the Loro Talejang thing. How promote like do whatever they saw. Somebody else is watching and then they're admiring what you're doing. So whatever they saw, they brought you here. They can only add, not change you. You know? So after that, I was like, you see? Then I grew my game around, okay, when I have the ball, I'm going straight at the defender, you know. Find new ways of you know, getting your ways around the defenders, creating goals. And then another talk that I had with Teko Modise, I think when I was at Platinum Stars, he said, you are this close to making it for being considered as the national asset. You just need to play your football with statistics, you know. The final entries, you know, how many crosses, how many assists and everything, and which helped me as a player, you know. So yeah, I think it was the time when I was at Sundowns, but I quickly adjusted my mind and I psyched myself up to say this is how I'm gonna play and I'm gonna stick to my style.
Okay. And do you think the lack of understanding and I almost want to say the pollution of coaches in the country. Do you think that that's sort of the reason why Skudu hasn't broken like Teko had said?
Skudu hasn't.
I care you said Teko almost said you are this close to being that national asset.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The lack of understanding from coaches is the reason why you didn't jump over that nail.
I'm not gonna put a blame on anything but anyone. Instead, I'm gonna say it wasn't God's will, you know.
at that time?
I believe it wasn't God's will. Yeah, it wasn't God's will. You can plan and commit, but if it's not God's will, it won't happen. You know, it was my brother. It's humbling to hear somebody of Teko's caliber saying such to an up and coming boy, you know. And I just remained humbled, you know, did what I do best on the field, and then I left everything else to God. So yeah, man.
You stop. You mustn't start speaking like you're done playing. I mean, you are still in
No,
it.
no, no, no,
In
not at
another
all.
level.
Yo, yes, Mama, there's this video, my diamond, they're paying 37 million, Mama 3 trillion. Yeah, nami ngisaphethe ngizibhamu la mangathi it's just that just waiting for that right moment, man.
Yeah, no, I think there's still a lot of time actually where things can happen.
No, a lot,
Yeah.
a lot of this.
So just stay in there and stop speaking in the past tense. It's scaring me.
Yeah, now for sure, for sure. South Africa is yet to see the best of me, my friend. If they thought, hey, Skudu was they haven't seen anything.
So just before we jump into South Africa and maybe the last bit of our interview, I just want to chat about your recent stay in, was it Georgia?
Yeah, Georgia.
What is the name of the team? Graga. Is it Graga? Am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah, FC Gagra.
FC
Yeah.
Graga. Yeah. So how was that stay? And how, I mean, it was a short stay, but how did you find it that side? How are things different?
I wouldn't say the stay was fruitful, and I wouldn't say it was bad. You know, just unfortunate incident. Corona had to happen, and you know, I'd say the timing of going that side, maybe, but I'm not blaming anyone and anything else. But the stay was okay, I'd say. It happened last year that I was like, okay, fine. Look, do I take a move in South Africa? Do I go overseas? I've always wanted to go to Europe, play overseas, either or America, Europe, Asia. I missed the chance of signing with FC Slovan Bratislava in 2015. They offered me a contract, but I still had a contract with Platinum Stars. They forced me to actually abort my contract. You know, like I must terminate my contract with Platinum Stars. But then the family said no, they can wait and blah blah blah. They didn't want to buy me. Fine. The move didn't materialize. So I just had this monkey on my shoulder to say, Ishman, Europe, 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 Europe. But then maybe then was the time, not now. I went there. Yeah, the stint was short. At the verge of me registering for the league, I was waiting for my international clearance. First game in the league, Corona happened, and you know, contractual terms and what was in the contract wasn't honored by the team. And then we came to a mutual agreement to say, okay, sharp, we're gonna terminate. You know, when also clubs are having problems in terms of paying players, they always look at the foreigners first. And with the league having not being sure when it's gonna resume and blah blah blah, staying that side without any income, it was quite challenging, to be honest. So I sat down and spoke to my family, and I reassured myself, do I want to do this? And then the best option was to come back home. And yeah,
Okay.
so I'm a free agent now and ready to join any club of my choice.
And so what then is the next move? What's your next step? Are you looking to go back overseas? Are you looking to stay in the PSL? What would
I'm
your
just gonna keep my options open, my brother. To be honest with you, I'm just gonna keep my options open. Right now, what I need to do is get back on the field and do what I love. That's the main priority for now.
Okay, so there's no real preference at the moment.
No, there's no preference at the moment. I'll just listen to the offers and then I will make what suits me best and what suits my career best, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay, okay. No, comfortable. No, I think Skudu, we've come to the last little bit of our interview. We've spoken I think for about 30
Sure.
minutes.
Yeah,
I just want to know. It's just a few off the cuff questions. Nothing too serious.
Yeah. Sure.
So I think the first one for me is who would you say to date is the toughest opponent you've come across? So the toughest left back or right back that you've had to run it.
Have to think the toughest opponent that I've ever faced. Dube. See Dube.
At Pirates, Teko is Dube.
This is Dube. He used to annoy me because he is an attacker, he's a defender. Then you have to track him down and then you have to go and take him on. He doesn't give up, he'll kick you, he'll fight you. Yeah, I think when I played against him, he wasn't tough, but he was challenging. So he'll take that space.
And who's the one player that you say you walked off the field and said, I own it. It can be a player, it can be a team. If you don't want to say player, you can say team. Pokaring, Kaka.
Yeah, coaches.
Our mood.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed that game and I was man of the match. It was actually a good game. I enjoyed it. One of my best games after those days.
Okay, and I think this question is for both local and abroad. I think if you can give me a name for each, your biggest influences in football.
My biggest influences.
Yeah, both local and abroad.
You see, seeing the people that I played with do good, that thing it encourages me. But my biggest influences, I'm influenced by, you know Bopesi Tauma. These boys, they're doing good for themselves, for their careers, for their families, and it gives me goosebumps sometimes to say, hey man, So that thing, yeah, man, I think it's good, players moving from South Africa going overseas, players getting out of their shells and shining out there. Bro, yeah, then yeah, I'm called Shuffle after Jabu Pude. I'm Peter Shuffle after Jabu Pude. But you gotta look at now for tomorrow. The guys that are coming after us. If you look at now, if you say Jabu Pude to 2000, you can't really say. But the ones that are looking up to us now, just quote somebody they can look up to now. They see, But yeah, and you gotta think of them to say they also look here and they say I can reach there. So yeah, locally, well, and now I was called Shuffle after Jabuku, Neymar after the Neymar.
All right, cool.
So, yeah.
So thank you, Skudu. I think we've come to the end of our chat. So thank you. But I just want you to have like any parting words to someone that may be watching and say, um, I admire the way he plays, or I'd like to see him play again, or anything, just any parting words that you have for any of your fans.
We can plan and commit, but God decides, my brother. This journey is not ours, it's God. So just live every day like it's your life. Skudu will be back. Sure, my brother. Thanks for your time, and I appreciate everything. Keep well, keep safe, look after yourself, my brother.
That's good, man. And thank you very much as well for having joined us. I mean, it was lots of fun.
No problem.
Hopefully
Yeah, man, you know,
we can have a nice sit down. Aguta?
We kept postponing this and that, so my apologies also.
No, don't stress. So maybe we can have a nice sit down at the end of the next season. Utswere an award or two.
Sure.
And then
we will recap, surely. We will recap. We will recap, my friend.
Awesome. No keleboga Skudu, man, and have a good one, and then please stay safe, man.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Skudu.